ready for another kitchen sink drama. My name's Dave Moore and today I'll be interviewing Slim Tubby from the Vitamin Ds. They're a pop-tastic band and they've been rocking the country, so now it's time to get inside the head of Mr. Slim Tubby. So, who is Slim Tubby?
Well, Slim Tubby came about 10-15 years ago, and it was a nickname. And it was a better nickname than the original nickname. I was called Fat Bob by a friend who could never remember my name. I used to go around to my friends and we used to jam a lot, and it always ended up in reggae. And if I was on the bass, I would be, away. And one night he couldn't remember that because he was calling me Fat Bob. He couldn't remember, and then he said, Slim, Slim Tubby, as in Tubby, as in King Tubby, the dub influence, and obviously taking the mick because I'm portly.
So, how did you get into music?
Well, it started really young. I started singing in choirs and in operatic societies, doing lots of plays, musical sort of thing. My mum and dad are both were musicians. My mum was a singer, my dad a guitarist. They went out a lot and did lots of music. Music was always in the house, always playing, people always singing. Started picking a guiar up, as young as like 6 or 7 and started learning my chords. And I think I formed my first band when I was about 10 with a good friend of mine. And we got it confiscated off our mum because it was called Bloody Hell. But yeah, so basically, from a really young age.
And how long has this project been going?
Well, this project's been running for about 3 years. Started in 2015, just started going out, playing a few of my tunes at musicians' nights. And it sort of escalated from there. He sort of collecting people along the way, thinking, let's put a band around these things, and we've just moved forward really. So for the past 3 years, we recorded our first EP last year, which we launched in November, and that went quite well. And then we've added players as we've gone along. So we're at a point now where I think we're actually at an established band now. Still work in progress, but we're getting there, yeah.
Are you happy with the progress?
I'm absolutely over the moon. Over the 3 years, it's developed into something that I've always wanted. I've always wanted to be in this band, basically, and I've been doing music since like 91 in Hull, and I think it's the first time in that period that I've actually got everything that I wanted, player-wise, and what we're actually doing, the sound and the groove and the ethos of the band as well. It's really nice. Brilliant players, brilliant people. It's really good. Yeah, I'm really happy.
What are your main influences?
Well, I started getting serious about playing guitar when I started listening to more blues. So the blues really got me into playing the guitar and sort of enhancing my writing skills. And then obviously I've always been into reggae. I've been in quite a few reggae projects over the years, and I love playing the bass in reggae bands. But main influences, guitar-wise, are probably like Ernest Ranglin. He's always really sort of been an influence to me. And then Magic Sam, I just absolutely love him, and I just love to play like Magic Sam. Maybe one day.
So it's time for a list. Who's your favourite band?
Easy All Stars.
What's your favourite track?
9 Monks by the Funk School. It's an old 70s recording.
What's your favourite album?
Eden Arbez, Nature Boy.
What's your most embarrassing moment at a gig?
I've had a few. Probably when I was about 8 years old and I completely died on my ass singing a solo with no accompaniment or anything in front of about 500 or 600 people, and I ran off the stage and into a lovely lady's arms who gave me a cuddle, and then the crowd was like, come on, come back, have another go, and I did. So it was quite embarrassing, but it really helped me. When I look back now and I go on stage, I remember I fell on my ass as an 8-year-old boy on stage, and I came back from that. So
What's the largest gig you've done?
Well, we've done some pretty big gigs. I've played City Hall. and quite a few of the festivals on some of the bigger stages. But probably the biggest gig I've ever gone was the One Love Festival, and that was down in Essex, and that was like the biggest reggae festival in Europe. And we was there with the Kingstown All Stars, and that was a good gig.
What's the smallest gig you've done?
Well, probably sitting at the end of the bench trying to impress my lovely girlfriend with video tunes.
And like musicians' nights in Hull, you know, there's some really intimate little gigs we've done. I've done a lot with the Speakeasy, and the Speakeasy really got me going in this project. So, you know, I'd like to sort of mention them. Sort of, they gave us the opportunity,
sure.
and I met a wealth of musicians through them. So yeah, small gigs like I don't know, lots.
Do you enjoy doing gigs?
I love playing live. I think it's actually the sort of end process. It's like what you work towards. It's when I sit on a night, you know, beating myself up trying to get riffs off and doing all that. I think, for me personally, I mean, I play for pleasure, but within mind to playing a gig, I think that's what it is. You know, a musician, you've got to perform. It's part of it. For me personally, that's what I say. So I adore gigs. It's what it's about for me.
So what would you like to see happening in the future?
Well, bigger gigs, hopefully getting out of town a bit, and you know, pottering about the country, sharing our wares. And towards the back end of this year, I think as a group we really start thinking about doing an album. So that's what I'm thinking about for the future, really. But just getting out there, now we're sort of a bit more together and a bit more understanding what we're actually doing. I think we need to get out of Hull and flog our wares.
Well, thanks, Slim.
Thank you,
Great
sir.
stuff. Now we're going to see the story so far and hear one of your tracks, Mean Machine. Thank you.
Cheers.
Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control. Driving me nuts, bolt screws. I got the blues from playing schools and honey-coated lies. Your eyes can't believe the weave of the devil's magic with the latest gadget. Down in your brain, blowing your mind, stealing your time, smooth and slick, with the latest trick to get rich quick from nonsense at your mind's expense. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Loudspeakers blasted inside your head, saying what someone else said. For you to do what they want you to. No, go, fast, slow. Factors of insanity playing on your vanity, distorting your sense of self, telling you what you need and how to succeed as they steal all of your wealth. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic. worldwide invasion and it comes in the peace and increased goodwill. But all of them are lying as they keep on trying to set the people up for the kill. Death dealing devices sold at high prices with you in mind to buy. Some of you don't even know, but you're killing us slow. You're paying the machine to die. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. When it comes down for the end, and when it comes down for the end, the man will look like the women, and the women like the man. And some will dance in a hypnotic trance like there is no time and care. But these are the signs of the changing times, that the end is drawing near. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic, genetic, command your soul. And man will understand, man. And man will understand, man. And man will understand, man, and live in harmony and peace. And the sun will once again rise up in the east.